Good evening, everybody. This is Sherry. I thought maybe it was time to do a video. I've been doing a lot of crafting. I did, for Tea Time and Dolls, I did make some cards to send her for her Key is the Love thing that she's doing. However, I sent them off in the mail, so I don't have them to show, but I'm sure she'll show them on her videos. Anyway, I've been using my Prima Santa baby paper because I was holding on to it because it was so beautiful and I just didn't know what to do with it. And Ida gave me this great inspiration to try to make a mailbox. Well, I didn't have any dies or anything to do it with, so I got my Cricut out and I turned it on and I looked it up, and they had this mailbox right here on there. It's pretty big, and my webcam, I don't think can show the whole thing unless I lay it like this. So I'll just tell you what I did. I made a little mailbox. It's quite different from Ida's on Created to Create, but I did figure it out, and I am pretty happy with what I did. So like I said, it was on my Cricut, and I cut it out on my Cricut. Um, and I added a pocket to the front with some little lace right here, and I put one of the sentiment cards from the Premium Baby collection on the front. I made a place right here for a pen to go, so you can just slide a pen in there. It doesn't have a bottom, and it seems to want to keep coming up, so I'm going to have to fix that. And I've been trying to think about how I could put a bottom on here so that it looked nice. Um, and I'm still thinking about it. So if anybody has any suggestions, please tell me in my comments what you think about this. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I don't seem to get a lot of comments on my videos. So if anybody does want to start commenting, that would be awesome. I'd love to know what you guys think about my crafts and what you think about me as a new crafter, my work, how it's coming along. Any suggestions to help would be great because I am learning, and I am new to this. I've been doing it now probably for about a year, and I'm still learning. Like I said, I'm still learning. So I watch a lot of videos and I take a lot of the stuff that I get from other videos and I try it out to see what it's like to do and the different things that they show that they do on them. And so I'm learning a lot really quick. But anyways, back to the mailbox. I used washi tape to cover up my seams all around here. I did notice that washi tape doesn't always stick very well. I don't know if there's a trick to that or not either. Let me know. Um, but I think I'm going to have to take a little bit of glue and put it on some of the spaces because my washi tape is trying to come off on some places. Other than that, I did put a bottom on here and I didn't finish the bottom. But if you can see, I used craft sticks to make it so that it would be more stable and that the little legs on here would stay in place. I also got that from Ida, one of the things that she did on her mailboxes, and then I covered it in trim. I still need to put a piece of paper on the bottom to cover all of that up. And then my closure, it wraps all the way around. If you notice the back, it wraps all the way around here. So I put my closure up and I couldn't get it to stay closed. So what I did is I made this little, put little circles on here and used a brad, and I put a circle on the top here and used a brad and put some string in there and tied it together so this does open up, and it actually looks like a small enclosure, but you can put a 5x7 card in here. And that's what I did it for. I made it to put my Christmas cards that I receive and stuff, and it has a top so I can stand some up if I want to, along with the other place I put them all on my Christmas tree as well. So I just thought that I loved her mailbox, thought I would kind of use the idea and see what I could come up with. So this is what I did. And it's got all of the different pages on there too. It's not all one page. I used a bunch of different pages from the paper on there because it's so beautiful and I love it so much. Um, I noticed that they put a lot of their stuff on the bottoms and the sides of their paper, and it's really hard. I'm not sure how to cut things to make so I can use that. So I end up fussy cutting it out and then putting it on top or something. That's just what I do. Anyway, um, that's one thing that I made. I've been doing several things here and there. Another thing that I tried, let me get that out of the way and I'll pull this over here. Another thing that I tried was to make a folio. Um, and it's got magnets, but again, I couldn't get it to stay closed. I don't know if there's too much paper in here or what. So I just made like a belly band and put some flowers. I did a little flower thing on there. Let me hold this up so that you can see it. And I think it actually, for my first folio, it came out okay. I ended up tearing paper out and reusing paper and all kinds of stuff in this, but I'll take this belly band off. This is the flower spray. And these are from Prima. They're the Santa Baby flowers that came with the collection. Let me turn it around here so you can see the front. And I'll hold it up. I need to move my glue out of the way. What I did here again is I used the washi tape to cover up my seams. If anybody has a better idea for seams, that would be great. And I was going to decorate the front of this with flowers and stuff, and I still might do that because I plan on giving it away as a Christmas gift to a friend of mine's daughter. So I will have to see how that turns out. And again, I used all of the Santa Baby paper in here. And it opens up like this. And the front of it, I used again one of the little cutouts on the papers that have the little things on there. I just cut them out and used those, and it's covering up a magnet, but the magnets don't seem to work very well to hold things together. And if you notice this part right here, I don't know how to fix that. It's supposed to stay glued. This is supposed to stay glued down on there. I'm not sure how to fix that either. I made a little waterfall over here, and I had to put a flower on this to hold it down so the magnets were heavy enough. And I ran out of little pieces of paper and I didn't want to break into another book. So I just used pink and green paper and put it on these little waterfall pages. And then on the bottom here, I just put a little band over here again to cover up the magnet. And the magnet's here instead of on the bottom because it was too thick. When you open it up all the way, and the bottom page has some Prima Santa Baby paper on it. So that's my waterfall. And then it opens again. You open this up like this, and it makes a great big, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 places here, and then there's 4 more on the inside, and it opens up like that so you can put your pictures in there. And these will hold a 5x7 picture, maybe a little bit bigger if you wanted to, but I made that. And I put a little Christmas tree out of the puffy sticker pack out of there. And then on this side, I made this little flap, and it has a magnet to hold this down. And then you have this page here, and it opens up again like that, so you can put 2 more photos in there, and then it closes and it opens up to the back. I put a side pocket on here and a little bit of ribbon with the Santa Claus part because, like I said, I love that part, but it's hard to find able how to use it when it's just on the sides of the paper. So put a pocket there, and then this opens up here like this, and I have to cover this bottom one still, but I made another flap here, and this needs some paper on it still, but I put a pocket in here as well and put the same trim on that. Anyway, that's my folio. It's not quite finished. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out what to do on some of it, but that's, I've been working on those, trying to learn how to do that. And I'll put the thing on it. And I used washi to cover up my seams. And then I've made several tags and cards and things, but they're all out in the mail. I made myself another TN. It's bigger this time. I seem to like the bigger one compared to my little one that I made. It's just quite a bit different in size, and where I live it seems to be easier to find the things that I need to go inside of it. But I made it out of the Santa Baby paper, and it just opens up like this. I put this on the side here, and I velcroed it shut so that it would close for me. And then let me turn it around because for you it's upside down. Um, I put the little pockets right here so that you could put cards in those. And I used washi tape because the edges came out kind of harsh. They cut my finger from the, oh, what do you call that? Oh, shoot, it went out of my brain. I covered it with the plastic, you know, okay, you guys know what it is. Just shouting at me what it is. I made a band that goes in here. It's got just some pretty beads that I found that I thought that I had that I thought would go with my colors. These are white, and this has kind of got a little coating on it or something to make it shiny. This one's covered in some kind of thread material like stuff, and I use that in the middle, and I just love that bead. And then on the other side I put a flower where it ties together to cover that up, and I took out my calendar out of my other TN. I figured I'd just go ahead and use it this year. Next year I'll have a bigger one in there. And then I made my own little papers here to put in there. And it's got a shaker. I have one of those hot things, you know, that makes the plastic melt together. And this was actually the right size, but if you notice, it's all curvy and crazy and stuff. This has a little thing right here because I'm still learning to use it as well. But in my shaker, I have, well, just some of the ephemera. I have in the clear ephemera, I have a reindeer in there, and then I've got the little Christmas hat. And I used Christmas colors that went with this. And I also found some sequins that looked like trees and gingerbread men, snowflakes, and candy canes. So that's what kind of sequence I used in there. I'm trying to hold it up so you can see all the different sequins in there. Let me see here. Let me shake it a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, there's my reindeer and all the different sequins. I just thought I loved that mixture together. It came out really well. And then I just used one of their cards, 4x6 cards, to put on the back of that on the other side. And then I have another folder here that's got pockets, and I put some journaling cards in there. I'm going to put some sticky note pads in there as well, because I'm always finding I need to write notes for everything. And I don't get out and about very often, but I write a lot of stuff down when I'm watching videos of like new dyes that I'd like to have or little things that people do that I'd like to learn to do, that kind of a thing. I write that down a lot. And of course, my grocery list and stuff will go in here as well, but there's another pocket. And there's the back one. And then the next one with the plain paper in it again. And the back of that. And I noticed that and this is not even, again, I'm going to have to take it off and try to anyway. I use E6000. But I noticed that my inserts were taller than my outserts. So I just attached another flap on here that would wrap around and Velcro shut. And then, so it Velcros along with having the little thing on it, and that seems to work pretty good. I'll line the Velcro up though to close it. So, and it's also big enough I can just grab it and go if I want to. Anyways, I love the way it turned out. I'm not exactly sure why my inserts are taller than my other one. I thought I measured it correctly, but I guess next time I'll double check before. Oh, laminating them. That's what it's called. They're all laminated. Okay, let's see. Oh, aha, here it is. I made a tag, a Christmas tag that looks like this. Um, I got inspiration off of another YouTube video, and I absolutely loved it. And so I thought I would make a tag. It's not exactly like hers, and I can't remember her name, but she inspired me to do this. It's got the hanging element and the bow on here. And then, of course, it's the Prima Baby paper, Santa Baby, Prima Santa Baby paper. Let me get this closer so you can really see it. I used some flowers out of the collection, and then I used this little rose right here was, oh, I, I think it's Wild Orchid Crafts is where I got that. I put the word believe on here. Um, Two of my favorite words, one of them is believe and the other one is dream, because if you don't believe in yourself, I really think that you don't carry through or try new things and you don't succeed like you want to. And dreams are very important, because if you can't dream about the stuff that you want or where you want to be in life, then it's hard to believe that you're capable to do it. So I have just a couple of my favorite things along with my prayers to the Lord. It really makes a big difference. So that's why I use those two words a lot. And then, okay, back to the tag. I put an ephemera piece on here. And then this was out of the little chipboard stickers from the collection, the little snowman. I think it turned out beautiful. Um, I'm very happy with this tag. I I was amazed that I could actually kind of recreate what she made. Um, but I did it, and I'm very proud and happy that I got what I got out of it. And then I made a couple more, but I sent them to Tea Time and Dolls, um, along with her cards that I made for her. Uh, Love is the key, or key is, yeah, love is the key, thing that she's doing for young women. And I just wanted to say the reason why I did that for her is because I really believe in what she's doing. She says a lot on her videos about how she feels, but one of the things that hit me is I remember that my grandmother was married at the age of 12 years old. She married a man that she was not in love with, but she did it because her younger sister wanted to get married for all the right reasons. She also had over 12 children, 12 live births, several miscarriages, and a couple of births where the baby was dead. And so her entire life she wore dresses. I never saw her in a pair of pants until after my grandfather passed away, and I was totally shocked. And one of the things that she said to me, oh, sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off. But one of the things I remember her saying to me was she doesn't cook anymore, and um, she wears pants now because that's what she did in her life. She cooked amazing meals. I'm talking three-course meals with homemade desserts, pies all the time, 3 times a day. She also had, well, like I said, 12 living children, plus several others. And when she was no longer able to have babies, my grandfather um, got upset with her because of that. So I truly believe in my heart, and I think that the Lord as well um, looks at women with as being people and not objects anymore. And I think it's an important thing to let our little girls know that they are people, they do have feelings, they are able to do anything in life that they want to do now. So that's why I made the things that I made for Tea Time and Dolls. Um, if you can get over to her channel and watch her video about why she did it, I think it would amaze some people. So I just want to say thank you to Ida Martinez. She is on Created to Create, and also to Caroline from Tea Time and Dolls. I watch their videos all the time. They are so inspiring, not just in crafting, but in the Lord and in changing the world. And it just touches my heart. Um, anyway, I'm going to get off here now. I want to say good night to everybody. It's dark out tonight. But have a fabulous day tomorrow. I hope you enjoy this video. Please, please, please comment for me. All right. Good night. Thank you. Bye.